come together for a co-branded pay-per-view. WWE Backlash.
The best of both brands combined for one night. WWE Backlash, a co-branded pay-per-view on WWE Network. As always, free for new subscribers.
Two superstars with similar journeys around the globe, all leading them to this night.
What has gotten into Shinsuke Nakamura?
A double count out here in this championship match.
And the greatest Royal Rumble.
This thing is so deeply personal. Obviously, AJ Styles just wants to settle the score.
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles is snapped.
I'm here for a fight.
Shinsuke Nakamura. The WWE Championship. The superstars of Raw and the superstars of SmackDown Live combine forces.
Raw and SmackDown come together for a co-branded pay-per-view. WWE Backlash.
Both women's championships are in jeopardy as Nia Jax defends against Alexa Bliss and Carmella defends against Charlotte. Plus, Big Cass returns to challenge Daniel Bryan. And the big dog Roman Reigns battles the destroyer Samoa Joe. WWE Backlash, a co-branded pay-per-view on WWE Network. As always, free for new subscribers. The superstars of Raw and the superstars of SmackDown Live combine forces.
Raw and SmackDown come together for a co-branded pay-per-view. WWE Backlash.
The best of both brands combined for one night. WWE Backlash, a co-branded pay-per-view on WWE Network. As always, free for new subscribers.
Two superstars with similar journeys around the globe, all leading them to this night.
What has gotten into Shinsuke Nakamura?
A double count out here in this championship match.
And the greatest Royal Rumble.
This thing is so deeply personal. Obviously, AJ Styles just wants to settle the score.
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles is snapped.
I'm here for a fight.
Shinsuke Nakamura. The WWE Championship. The superstars of Raw and the superstars of SmackDown Live combine forces.
Raw and SmackDown come together for a co-branded pay-per-view. WWE Backlash.
Both women's championships are in jeopardy as Nia Jax defends against Alexa Bliss and Carmella defends against Charlotte. Plus, Big Cass returns to challenge Daniel Bryan. And the big dog Roman Reigns battles the destroyer Samoa Joe. WWE Backlash, a co-branded pay-per-view on WWE Network. As always, free for new subscribers. The superstars of Raw and the superstars of SmackDown Live combine forces.
Raw and SmackDown come together for a co-branded pay-per-view. WWE Backlash.
Two superstars with similar journeys around the globe, all leading them to this night.
What has gotten into Shinsuke Nakamura?
A double count out here in this championship match.
And the greatest Royal Rumble.
This thing is so deeply personal. Obviously, AJ Styles just wants to settle the score.
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles is snapped.
I'm here for a fight.
Shinsuke Nakamura. The WWE Championship.
WWE Network presents WWE Backlash Kickoff.
WWE Universe, oh, what a time we have had! Since WrestleMania, we've seen superstars switch from Raw to SmackDown, titles moving along with them. WWE's been to South Africa, then to Saudi Arabia for the greatest Royal Rumble match, and now, tonight, coming to you live from a jam-packed Prudential Center, we have Backlash. This is the night where championship gold will be defended, and we've got superstars from both Raw and SmackDown all here under one roof. Welcome to the Backlash Kickoff Show. I am your host, Renee Young, here to talk about all of the matches here tonight at Backlash. Please welcome WWE superstar. He's a movie star. He's an action star. David Otunga.
Well, thank you, Renee. And don't forget, style icon. You got to get a shot
You
of
are
these
an
shoes.
icon.
These Jordans.
Look at these.
Sorry there.
Listen, I saw you walking down the hallways today, and it took me back a second.
Well, you know.
I liked it.
I'm used to that reaction from ladies.
WWE Hall of Famer and push-up aficionado.
Yeah.
Booker T.
I'm challenging anybody in the world to a push-up contest. That means David Otunga. That means Peter Rosen. Not you, of course.
Why
not
not
you.
me?
Renee, I'm gonna give you a pass. But my people, we are here. This is it. Are you ready?
And from ESPN and Hot 97, please welcome on Peter Rosenberg.
Yes, and Complex open late, Renee, but it's not about me tonight. It's about the WWE Universe. We are in the shadows in New York City. The crowd tonight, Renee, it feels special in here for Backlash.
It does feel
really
special. I mean, look, we're on the heels of WrestleMania. Like I said, WWE has been busy all over the globe. And tonight, like I said, we've got superstars from Raw and SmackDown, all culminating under one roof here at the Prudential Center. Tonight's going to be an intense one.
Yeah, you could feel a certain level of intensity. Listen to the love, for
Already
example.
got the Booker T love happening.
That is.
Booker.
That is. The people are ready, man.
You're
The people
pandering.
are ready. This is a big night. So many matches on the card. So many implications. I cannot wait.
You cannot wait, and here's the deal. There is only one place that you are going to be able to see this, and this is on the WWE Network. Head on over to WWENetwork.com, sign up, start your 30-day free trial, because Backlash is absolutely free to all new subscribers. And we have got some serious matches here. Since his return to in-ring action, Daniel Bryan, he's at a target placed firmly on his back by Big Cass, and tonight these two go one-on-one.
As well as Seth Rollins defend the Intercontinental Championship against The Miz. And I'm going to tell you, The Miz is hot. Will he cash in tonight? We'll find out.
Now, you want to talk about a formidable team? How about Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley taking on Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens?
Wow, but there's a thin line between love and hate as former best friends now turned into bitter enemies. Nia Jax will defend the Raw Women's Championship against her frenemy, Alexa Bliss.
And we move things on over to the blue brand as the Queen, Charlotte Flair, looks to regain what she believes is rightfully hers, the SmackDown Women's Championship, but she's got to go through Mella first.
Hey, since Jeff Hardy made his return, guys, has been nothing but, in a word, good. He's going to be defending that United States Championship tonight against the Viper, Randy Orton. And that one as well will be perhaps poetic.
Could be perfect.
Roman Reigns. In all the many matchups between Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns has only beaten Joe one time. Samoa Joe believes he has Roman Reigns' number. We'll find out tonight.
And after an incredible dream match at WrestleMania, another awesome match at the greatest Royal Rumble event that ended in a no contest, tonight, the Phenomenal One will take on the Artist in a no disqualification match for the WWE Championship.
You guys heard it here first. Tonight we are not messing around. You don't want to miss a second of Backlash. So head on over to WWENetwork.com, sign up, start that 30-day free trial, because Backlash is free to all new subscribers. But now we've got to take things on back to our other broadcast colleague. Charlie Cruz is hanging on in the back. Charlie, what's up?
Hey, thanks so much, Renee. Yeah, the anticipation really building here backstage. It is the first dual-braided pay-per-view since the Superstar shakeup, and the energy is high. There are 5 championships on the line tonight. That includes the WWE Championship. And let me tell you, the blood continues to boil, the bad blood that is, between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. In fact, Nakamura went as far to request a locker room on the opposite side of the arena as Styles, because he does not want anything to do with Styles ahead of their match tonight. tonight, that championship match. Now, Nakamura says there's a lot of resentment on his end because he didn't get that apology that he requested from Styles on SmackDown Live this past week. So the hope is that these two competitors will not be crossing paths ahead of their match later on this evening. Now, I also just ran into Daniel Bryan here backstage. He is feeling really good. He has been given the green light to compete, and he says he is super excited for his match against Big Cass tonight. He says tonight what it's really going to come down to is size versus skill and height versus heart. He says he is ready to go, and he is feeling really good. This is his first singles pay-per-view match since his return. Now, something else I want to let you guys all become aware of is later on tonight, the general manager of Raw, Kurt Angle, and the general manager of SmackDown Live, Paige, will be sitting down for an exclusive interview, and they want you, the WWE Universe, to send in your questions. They'll be answering anything and everything, so hop on social media, use the hashtag AskTheGMs, and join the Backlash conversation because, guys, there is a lot to talk about. Renee, back to you.
There sure is a lot to talk about. You know, after weeks of torment from Samoa Joe, who recently made his move on over to the Blue brand, he still insists on throwing jabs in the direction of the big dog, especially after his loss on the grandest stage of them all.
Just feel like I let everybody down. You say you're gonna do something. I didn't get it done tonight.
Roman Reigns fought like hell, but could not conquer Brock Lesnar.
As you can see, I got my ass kicked last night. Vince McMahon himself couldn't even look me in the eye and smarten me up.
Brock Lesnar is officially re-signed with WWE.
Roman Reigns will get an opportunity at the greatest Royal Rumble event from Saudi Arabia.
But it's not going down like it did at WrestleMania because this time the story will end with me becoming the Universal Champion.
Oh my God! Both men have hit the floor, but we gotta wait for the official's decision here.
And still,
Are you kidding me?
Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar.
I should be the Universal Champion,
Roman Reigns being touching the floor before Lesnar's.
but I'm not.
The official in that match made an incorrect decision.
This is a surprise Roman Reigns is not going to enjoy.
The return of Samoa Joe.
Roman, you lied to these fans. You lied to your family. Every time Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar get in a ring together, you get broken. And you come out here making excuses why it happened. A lot of people lost faith in me. That's to assume that any of us had any faith in you to begin with. But the fact is, I am a man of my word. Roman thinks there's a conspiracy. You're looking at the real Universal Champion. Reigns is a failure. End of story, period. I will never lose faith in myself. You keep showing up with all your heart and get beat over and over and over again, and you won't learn until somebody puts you down for good.
No matter how hard they try, no matter how tough they talk, the big dog is still here.
Yeah, Backlash, I put your downward spiraling career to sleep. Believe that!
Okay, so Samoa Joe can call Roman Reigns a failure, yet, yes, he did suffer a loss to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, but technically his feet hit first in Saudi Arabia at the greatest Royal Rumble match, in that cage match. Do you think that Roman Reigns severely needs to reestablish himself as the guy right now?
Technically, he did not walk away the champion.
He didn't, but his feet hit first.
At the end of the day, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the lawyer in me says, yes, technically he did hit first, but not only that, Brock was on top of a steel cage. he never came into complete contact with the mat.
But to Booker's,
so Roman is the uncrowned Universal Champion, in my opinion.
But to Booker's point, and to answer your question, Renee, I do think there's a lot of pressure on Roman Reigns tonight, and that's what Samoa Joe's counting on. He sees Roman Reigns for the first time in his WWE career as weakened, and he has an opportunity to knock him down for good.
He's vulnerable.
Right.
I mean, the wear and tear on the body. I mean, you can only have so many of those wars, as well as you only get so many chances before you got to go to the back of the line.
Sure, of course.
Right now, the guy who should be getting the shot is Samoa Joe, and I think Samoa Joe is going to prove it tonight. I like the Samoan submission machine. He's bad.
Well, for the time that Samoa Joe has also been out with injury, now for him to be able to come out here and reinsert himself in this kind of a situation, I mean, this suits him quite well to come out on top tonight.
And remember, they've wrestled each other a bunch of times. They've competed a lot. And Roman Reigns has beaten him one time back in January. That is the only time. Samoa Joe quietly, let's be honest, Samoa Joe sort of has Brock Lesnar's number.
He doesn't
has Roman Reigns' number.
He does.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe is,
he's a prize fighter, man. He is the ultimate fighter. I think Samoa Joe tonight is he's going to cash in.
So Joe.
I'm going Joe.
I'm going
Samoa Joe.
No, I'm going Reigns. I mean, did you guys forget? Have you forgotten everything Roman Reigns has done?
No.
Come on, man. I'm going Reigns.
Hey, I like Roman. I like Roman. He's a good guy. But my next door neighbor's a good guy.
Sure, you're right, he is. You're absolutely right. All right, it seems like it's Joe kind of essentially all across the board here except for Otunga. But stick with us here on the Backlash Kickoff Show because we have got our first bit of action. We're going to see Bayley take on the leader of the Riot Squad, Ruby Riott, and that's happening right here on the Backlash Kickoff Show.
Quiet on the set?
Okay, Rhonda, let's get this thing started.
Ready?
All right, here we go, AJ. In 3,
2, 1.
Let's go do this! I'm very excited to be doing this show. This is gonna make history.
I'm ready. Are you?
Raw and SmackDown are now coming together for every pay-per-view, every month.
Your boy got the griddle. We gonna get you cooking.
I'd never held a venomous snake before. I want to know how long you're going to do that dance.
We're back. Where is it, Tickle Pants? It's just going so fast. Sometimes I have to stop and try to enjoy what's going on around me. I want to be a better person.
I'm ready, man. Ask me anything.
I feel like this is what I'm really meant to do.
This is incredible. This is NXT.
This is huge.
We will find the greatest performers from around the globe.
Ladies and gentlemen, the members of the WWE Universe are still making their way inside the Prudential Center here in Newark, New Jersey to witness the first pay-per-view since WrestleMania. And it was there that the WWE Universe got what they had longed for, thought could never happen, the in-ring return of Daniel Bryan. Now, of course, it wouldn't be too long before somebody would take up a bit of a problem with the spotlight shone on the superstar. Former WWE Champion Daniel Bryan has been medically cleared for in-ring competition.
I have the best fans in the world because you guys have supported me for this entire time. And I also have an amazing, beautiful wife. She said, listen, you need to fight for your dreams. That's what Daniel Bryan does, is he fights for his dreams. And if you fight for your dreams will fight for you.
What a comeback story for Daniel Bryan.
Oh, big Cass!
So you're
all the fuss is about? Little man.
What is he doing here?
Reclaiming territory.
Big Cass missing the better part of a year with a knee injury. He's back with a vengeance.
Nobody cares about Daniel Bryan. The day that I get cleared, guess who also gets cleared? Daniel Bryan. Nobody was talking about Big Cass. I'm gonna make sure Daniel Bryan goes back to where he belongs. On the shelf, beaten, and retired. And he will never cast a shadow over me or anybody else again.
What exactly happened?
I got blindsided by a coward. That's what happened. Why a 7-foot man would attack anybody from behind, I have no idea. But at Backlash, I'm getting a one-on-one match with Big Cass. I have a new lease on my career.
Entry number 1 of 50 men.
The Yes Movement is alive and well in Jeddah, but the pressure is on for Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan has set the record. 1 hour, 5 minutes. He's lasted longer than any man in the history of the Royal Rumble match.
I don't know how Daniel Bryan's still moving right now.
The man who came right after Daniel Bryan when he returned from 8 months off with a knee injury. And now Big Cass went right after Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan entered number 1. He set a record here tonight in the Rumble. Big Cass with a big boot. And Cass just eliminated Daniel Bryan. 1 hour, 16 minutes, 5 seconds. A record-setting performance tonight.
I know I'm better than Daniel Bryan.
It doesn't matter how big you are, because everyone is the same size when they're on the mat and tapping out.
Daniel Bryan has been in the ring with the best of the best of the best at different points in his career. Now we look at somebody like Big Cass coming in here. He's 7 foot tall. He's got something to prove. He's got this chip on his shoulder. Where does Cass stand up to some of these other guys that Daniel Bryan's been in the ring with that he's been able to overcome?
Bigger than the rest of them. That's where I'd say he stands up.
Yeah.
This man, I don't have the stat in front of me, but I don't know if there's ever been a bigger size discrepancy ever in a pay-per-view match.
Okay, so here's my question. Daniel Bryan talks about the difference of when he can get Big Cass down on the mat and being able to tap him out. What is it like being down there, being able to actually put somebody into a submission? I have no idea. I've never been in that position.
I can tell you this.
How much does size come into a factor?
Daniel Bryan is well-rounded in ground technique. He can go out there and do all of the moves. I mean, he's been studying his whole time off. He's been waiting to get back to this moment. But, guys, let's just be frank. Let's just be real. This is not the same Daniel Bryan.
No.
This is a totally reconstructed Daniel Bryan. And right now, Big Cass is looking to go out there and dismantle Daniel Bryan. I'm talking about break him off a little piece of something. I'm talking about tear him limb from limb, and I cannot wait to see it.
Oh my
Big
gosh.
Cass.
Wow.
Oh my God.
What
monster are you?
What is going on with all of you guys tonight? Did we forget what Daniel Bryan has been through? There's so much more to this than size. There's heart. Big Cass has longer arms and legs, but you know what? All the easier for Bryan to tie him up and make him tap out.
I'm with Otunga on this. I am not with them
Well, no, it's,
by any stretch
hold
on that opinion.
I'm not with Booker. I'm not wishing pain on Daniel Bryan.
Look, this is not like the $6 million man. We can rebuild him. We can make him better than he was before. We can. It's not like that.
Hey, let's not all forget, by the way, Big Cass coming back off injury too.
Of course,
So
exactly.
he could have some weaknesses to
his
exploit.
comeback
All
is just
right.
as good as Bryan's, right?
That's all
He
still to
overcame just as
come
much.
here tonight
Whatever.
on Backlash, but also here on the Backlash Kickoff Show, our first bit of action is we are going to see Bayley take on Ruby Riott, of course, with the other members of the Riott Squad in her corner. That's our first bit of action here tonight on the Backlash Kickoff Show. WWE Universe, you're watching the Backlash Kickoff Show as we analyze all of tonight's bouts. We're coming to you from the Garden State in the Prudential Center for tonight. We've got members of both Raw and SmackDown gathered under one roof, and the only way you're going to be able to see that is on the WWE Network. So head on over to WWENetwork.com, sign up, because Backlash is absolutely free to all new subscribers.
What about Baron Corbin?
No. I've heard rumblings.
He's a bit of a lone wolf. Doesn't want to be part of a team. Trust me.
Okay, what about Jinder? He doesn't look right with just one sing, huh? Huh?
Gentlemen. Daddy's home. And can I just say, I cannot be prouder of my two sons. The mind games that you're playing on Seth Rollins and Finn Balor on Raw, it's obvious. The apples haven't fallen far from the tree. You know, I remember the day that I realized that you two were destined to be my Miztourage.
Destined.
It was on the set of Marine 5 Battleground. Couple of stage hands took the last two chairs in catering. You two got up, grabbed their plates, and smashed their faces with food.
Oh, yeah. They picked the wrong day to steal our seats.
Yeah, mashed potato and gravy day.
And who would have guessed from that day forward that we'd have so many great memories? All the Mizzies, all the six-man tag team matches.
Oh, don't you forget about the Mizmas carols.
Oh, man, those sweaters. Oh, my goodness. Oh, you know, we had some great times, didn't we, gang?
We sure did.
Oh, gosh.
We did.
And that is why I am so, so happy that the band is back together so we can do it all over again tonight in my match with Seth Rollins. Anyway, we should get going. We're up first. Guys.
Miz, I'm sorry, but we're not the supporting cast in your story anymore.
Yikes.
Whoa.
Well, ever since Seth Rollins dethroned The Miz at the Show of Shows, The Miz has been in constant pursuit of his illustrious title, and now he finally gets to invoke his rematch clause. The Miz versus Seth Rollins one-on-one tonight. That's a bit of a sticky situation, huh? Doesn't have the Miztourage coming out to join him tonight?
Axel
They've
didn't
been
look
wanting
too
to jump
happy.
ship.
Axel was down, man. Axel say, hey, let's go get this paper, man.
Yes.
Let's go get this money. But I don't know, Bo seemed like he wasn't, you know, I don't know. I would have took the money.
I don't understand the decision making here by the Miztourage. I would be doing everything that I could to hang on to the Miz. 'Cause I'll tell you what, the Miz is an iconic, let's not forget, an iconic Intercontinental champion.
brother.
Without question, there's no doubt about that. I mean, he has held that title in the regard that I think so many superstars have wished that they've been able to bring it up to that level.
Jump on that gravy train. Jump on that gravy train.
But then you look at Seth Rollins. I mean, you listen to what he said this past week, the kind of champion that he wants to be, and I think that kind of looks good on him.
It does, and I respect that. Seth Rollins is now a Grand Slam champion, and let's not forget, The Miz has always needed help. Don't get me wrong, 8-time Intercontinental champion. He knows how to win it. However, it always comes with some help. And right now, he's going up against the best version of Seth Rollins I've ever seen.
Oh, Tunga's on fire tonight.
Yeah.
Who's going to walk
The
out
outfit.
Intercontinental champion tonight? Rosenberg?
Maybe the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time, The Miz.
Okay.
I got to go with Seth Rollins. I got to go with Seth.
Oh, Tunga.
It's going to be Rollins. Burn it down.
I'm going Miz with you on this one.
I'm sorry.
Gotta
He's
happen.
a great man.
We move on from the Intercontinental Championship to the SmackDown Women's title as the Queen, Charlotte Flair, looks to dethrone the first ever Miss Money in the Bank, Carmella. And tonight we get to find out if it's going to be the Queen or if Mella actually is Money.
The first ever Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Carmella climbing the ladder. There you have it. Carmella is Miss Money in the Bank.
This Money in the Bank contract makes me the most dangerous woman on SmackDown Live. While Charlotte is out there worried about making history.
Oh my God!
Charlotte, the Queen, sits on the throne of SmackDown Live.
Still, your SmackDown Women's Champion.
I was making plans for my future.
Peyton Royce and Billie Kay.
Out with the old and in with the iconics.
Oh! 2-on-1 here from the Iconics.
Oh my God!
Charlotte's hurt.
Carmella, this is brilliant.
Carmella is cashing in her Money in the Bank contract.
Yes! Carmella with the kick!
I was making plans for my future.
Carmella is champion!
New SmackDown Women's Champion, Carmella!
There's just somebody that I really want to thank, somebody that's really, really important. I just want to say thank you.
To me! Charlotte Flair, I beat her! Me, all on my own! I beat Charlotte Flair! Me! Bella is money! You can call me the moonwalking, trash-talking crown princess of SmackDown Live! I beat Charlotte Flair.
The queen giving the crown princess a taste of her own medicine.
Carmella, you have something of mine.
Charlotte Flair will have her opportunity on WWE Backlash for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
In order to be the woman, you gotta beat the woman. Bow down to the queen. Learn to love it because I'm the woman!
Will the crown princess of SmackDown Live be dethroned by the queen?
There's no question here that Carmella has done the most for their opportunity, but let's look at Charlotte Flair here. We've talked about how amazing she is for quite some time, but she defeated Asuka at WrestleMania. I mean, she is at the top of her game, no matter whether she has a championship or not, correct?
Well, on the flip side, that was such a high for Charlotte on the grandest stage in the mall, and now she's titleless.
Yes.
So it's a tough time for her. It's highs and lows.
It may be a tough time, but Charlotte is number.
That is plenty of chit-chat about the women's title match, okay? Charlotte Flair is so 2000 never.
Ow.
Look, I'm just going to chime in real quick just to remind everybody that Billie Kay Peyton Royce, the Iconics, that we beat Asuka in her first match on SmackDown Live. That sounded so good. Can you just repeat that? That we beat Asuka in her first match on SmackDown Live. We're better than Asuka! Oh, that was great.
Wow. Well, hey, thank you guys for joining us.
Oh, you want
We really
to talk to
appreciate
us
it.
this week, do you?
Yeah, listen, I'll talk to you guys any week. I'm in. I appreciate you guys.
Oh, okay.
Can you
yeah,
provide
right,
a little
right.
insight on tonight's championship matchup?
Terrible question. What have you got?
Well, I was just going to say, it seems
Wait,
like
stop.
you got...
Stop 1 second. I feel like we've met before. I feel like I've heard you before.
It's me.
Y'all take a cup of coffee and a slice of pizza to go. I got places to be in the cancer hill.
That is not what I sound like.
That's actually really good.
That is not what I sound like.
That's good.
Look, guys, we're here for business, all right? Listen up. So I am interested in tonight's women's title match.
Very,
We like Carmella. We love Carmella.
That's apparent. You guys really seem to like Carmella.
Yeah. She's mage news. Totally mage.
She is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah. Ew, you're a pug, Peter.
You're a pug. Yo, you're getting roasted, Peter.
Carmella is mage. Peter's the pug. I love it. Love
Thank
it. And Backlash maybe could possibly become iconic.
Good to see you. Thank you guys so much. Yo, they got you. They got you good.
They beat me at my own game with my own language.
They took you to church.
What the hell was that?
All right, in all honesty, let's have a quick chat about this championship matchup because these are two women that rise to the occasion every single time. And you know what, looking at Carmella, she really has fallen into the role quite nice.
Well, I'll tell us right now, I think Carmella's the Floyd Mayweather of the WWE.
Oh.
You might not always like her tactics, and she may be about the money, but she finds a way to get it done.
Touche. Touche, you guys want to make some predictions here?
Yeah, I don't know if I would go with Floyd Mayweather, but I mean, let's look at this. Okay, Carmella cashed in the briefcase. That was excellent. However, she did not pin a 100% Charlotte Flair, and I don't think she can.
Okay.
Carmella's going to have to prove that she is truly champion tonight. We will see.
Tonight's championship
Money
material.
Mello. Money Mello.
Charlotte.
All right, I figured you were going to say that. Well, stick with us here on the Backlash Show. We've got lots more to break down. And just so you know, Backlash is absolutely free to all new subscribers.
You wanted to talk? Yeah, Sash. Look, I'm done fighting with you.
That was...
I think tonight you should be in my corner when I have my match against Ruby. I'm sorry, what? Now you need me in your corner? After weeks of not talking to me? Where were you last week when I needed you against the Riot Squad, huh? Just watching backstage? So what, you're afraid the exact same thing's gonna happen to you? So you wanna play the let's be friends game? I don't think so, sweetheart. You are so full of yourself, Sasha. Fine, I don't need you. I can handle Ruby Riot on my own, just like in the past, I've handled you. You handled me? I was about to make you tap out if it wasn't for the Riot. Forget it. I was trying to extend an olive branch and maybe give you the opportunity to get back at Riot Squad for what they did to you on Raw. But if you're too pig-headed to understand that, then that's your problem. Listen, you can spin this any way that you want. Tonight, you're on your own.
I really hate not seeing these two on the same page. It bums me out.
They're like one step from being on Maury. I mean, this
Honestly.
is it's a dysfunctional relationship at this point.
It's quite upsetting. All right, well, that match is still to come here tonight on the Backlash Kickoff Show. But while we were talking about some gigantic matches, we would be remiss to not talk about this new pairing. Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley, the giant tandem. They're going to take on the best friend duo of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn that's going down here tonight in Newark, New Jersey. Man, oh man, this pairing of Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman, can anybody overcome these two?
Oh, come on. You're talking about two super heavyweights right there. Bobby Lashley with that background in wrestling and in grappling, and Braun Strowman. I mean, come on. He's a monster among men.
He just won the greatest
He's
Royal
a
Rumble.
one-man destruction crew. So, Zayn and Owens, get ready to go out and make your money tonight. It's gonna be a good payday. All right? Let's call it that.
I'll be excited. I'm a little biased here. I'm going to be honest. I'm biased.
Okay.
I am excited to see Sami and KO get these hands. I'm excited.
I think there's a lot of people that probably feel that way tonight.
I'm looking forward to this. Now, you've been in there with Bobby Lashley before. That's a strong man.
He's a beast.
He's a big guy.
He really, not just a big guy. He's an athlete. He can go out there and actually go the long haul. And that combination right there with Braun Strowman, that's a Molotov cocktail about to explode here tonight. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, like I say, get your paper and use it wisely.
But are they going to be able to gel? Braun and Bobby.
That's the thing, because Sami and Kevin have been best friends forever, and knowing them, obviously, they know about the size disparity. They're going to come in with some tricks up their sleeve. I mean, they're vets. They've been around.
Fight or flight. That's the options I think about tonight. Fight or flight.
Well, there's only
The
one
latter of the
place that
two.
you're going to be able to get your eyes on that matchup, and that's on the WWE Network. So head on over, WWENetwork.com, sign up, start your 30-day free trial because Backlash is free to new subscribers. Now, one other matchup that's been getting more and more personal. Two former best friends, Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. These two women had each other's backs as they entered WWE, now with harsh, cutting words, deceit, and the Raw Women's Championship between them with the rage at an all-time high. Tonight, we get a WrestleMania rematch.
I trusted Alexa. I thought she was my best friend.
You're strong. You're beautiful.
I love you too, Bliss.
Nia's like watching freaking Shrek dumb as she is big.
You're an insecure little girl. And at WrestleMania, I'm gonna squash you like a bug.
And Bliss has good backup in this match. Wow! Nia Jax just blasting through Mickie James.
One way to eliminate her problem. Tonight, there's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide.
And Bliss has temporarily blinded Nia. Once again, mocking Nia.
Nia's gonna dispatch of the goddess once and for all.
Nia Jax has done it!
For anybody that's ever been body shamed, that's ever been told that you're not good enough.
Nia's proud of who she is, aims to be a role model for people around the world to accept who they are. Love who I am. Strong, confident, different.
Nia's the bully here. Nia just loves to throw her weight around. It's about time you guys heard the truth about your beloved Nia.
You never know when a bully will strike. I should know, because it happened to me. I was visiting Walt Disney World with the person who I thought was my best friend. But Nia spent the entire day making fun of my height and asking the park employees if I was tall enough for the adult rides. When this sweet old homeless lady approached us, Nia ripped the food away from this poor old woman and just gobbled it all down right in front of her. I can still see her. Turkey leg in each hand, just laughing and laughing. Nia turned the happiest place on earth into the saddest day ever. Bullies thrive on silence. If you see someone being a bully, speak up.
Shut up, Alexa. I have a little public service announcement of my own. Mocking Nia Jax is bad for your health. Alexa loves to twist words, right? I'm the bully now. But you know what? Those words did not help her in the ring.
Freaking Shrek dumb. Total loser.
I'm Nia Jax. I don't take this I am different, yes. And I am big. But I love who I am. I want to make sure that young girls and boys can see themselves on TV, can see me as a champ.
Alexa cares about one thing in the world.
I will win back my Raw Women's Championship. I won't let the bully win.
Alexa Bliss represents everybody who's trying to keep me down. This is something that I shouldn't feel sorry for. I can't let Alexa define me.
Can we talk about the pettiness level of Alexa Bliss right now? It's crazy, right? Coming out, claiming that Nia Jax is the one being the bully, doing these PSAs. Come on. It's too much.
Richard Petty. She is as petty as it gets, all right?
Tom Petty.
She's Tom Petty.
Tom Petty.
But here's the bottom line. I love Nia Jax. She came on Hot 97 Friday morning, charmed the entire show. Everyone loves her.
Of course, she's a lovely person.
And she could be a hero to so many people. But here's the problem with Alexa Bliss. People have taken her title before, but if you notice what always happens, she always takes it right back. Ask Sasha, ask Bayley. That's what Alexa Bliss does, and that's what I fear for tonight for Nia Jax.
You know, it's mind games, of course, and you should want to get in the mind of one like Nia Jax. She's a monster. I'm talking about since winning this championship, I think it's time to unleash the beast. That's what Alexa Bliss is going to have to worry about tonight. How is this match going to play out? Will she be able to overcome what's going to happen with her tonight? Because I'm going to tell you, Nia Jax, when you get to this point right here, I think she's unstoppable.
How much more of Nia Jax have we not even seen yet, you gotta think,
Untapped.
right?
Exactly, because I feel like she's just now building her confidence. And I think Alexa knows that. I think that's why she started with the mind games. I mean, it's interesting how well the tormentor plays the victim.
All right, I want
And
some
that's what's going on in
predictions
this
here.
situation.
I like that.
Who's walking out the Raw Women's Champion tonight, Book?
Look here, squash her like, I think she's going to pop her like a pimple.
Done.
Nia Jax.
I'm on the same page. It's going to be tough, but I'm going Nia Jax.
I'm going Nia as well. I don't know
Nia
about the pimple,
across
but
the board. Wow. Well, look, you can see the clock ticking down here right there. You've got less than or just over 20 minutes until we are live on the WWE Network for Backlash. And Backlash is free to all new subscribers to the WWE Network. So just head on over to WWNetwork.com, sign up, get it ready, because this is going to be a show that you do not want to miss. And a special thanks to Barnes Courtney for Champion. The official theme song of WWE Backlash is from the album The Attractions of Youth. It's available now on iTunes and Spotify. Now, we got out to you guys a little bit earlier tonight telling you to use the hashtag AskTheGMs because we're going to have them here with us tonight. You guys sent out your questions, so now it's about time that we brought them on. Please welcome on General Manager Kurt Angle and also SmackDown General Manager Paige. Guys.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Big night. How does it feel to have everybody under one roof, huh?
Stick to your side. That's all I'm telling him.
First time this year, but
Okay,
we're going
so
to have to get used to it.
we've been scouring the internet to get some questions for you guys, so we're ready for them. Rosenberg, go for it.
All right, Kurt, this is for you first. This comes from Barahimo7, and he wants to know, Kurt Angle, who is your dream opponent in today's generation of WWE superstars?
Wow. Well, there are so many great talent out there right now on both Raw and SmackDown. But I would have to say Daniel Bryan. I wanted to wrestle him for about 5 years now, and hopefully down the road you might see it happen.
all right, hey guys, it's David Otunga, and Michaela Marie 212 says, I have two questions. What is the hardest part about being general manager? Also, this is for Paige. What was your reaction to finding out Absolution was coming to SmackDown?
Okay, so first of all, the hardest part of being Gem, I've only just started it, obviously, but you know, it's not helping out your friends, which is exactly why what Absolution were expecting is me to help them out. But you know, the ladies have to earn it, and I'm calling it straight down the middle with this, and you know, they'll get their championship match whenever they earn their place, basically. But it's kind of tough, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think for me, it's giving equal opportunity to every superstar. There's only so much time on the show every week. But when you get the opportunity, you have to rise to the challenge. If you do that, cream rises to the top. We continue to use the cream. So I just want to give every superstar an equal opportunity.
Hey, what's up, guys? This question is from @TheAaronBrand. And this is for both of you guys. Which match do you think will steal the show tonight?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to go for Team SmackDown on this one. I really, really am looking forward to AJ versus Shinsuke Nakamura because I did put a great stipulation on the match. So I'm very excited about that. And also, I'm excited about Carmella versus Charlotte. Charlotte is one of my favorite wrestlers, actually. I absolutely adore watching her. And Carmella's really, you know, she's the champion now. A surprising victory. So I'm really excited to see them two collide tonight.
For me, it's the Raw Women's Champion Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss and Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns. These guys want to get their hands on each other. It's going to be an incredible match.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. I know that it is a very, very busy night for both of you. So best of luck with both brands here under one roof in Newark.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. All right, well, we can already feel the excitement starting to mount here tonight in the Prudential Center. Time to get down to some action, yeah?
Let's do it.
All right, we're going to head on down to ringside to the Raw announce team, Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Jonathan Coachman.
And of course, Backlash is a co-branded pay-per-view, which means Raw and SmackDown superstars are here tonight. We'll start with Raw action from Monday Night Raw. Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Booker. We wish you were here with us. We've got the coach. No, just kidding, coach. Jonathan Coachman with us here tonight. You excited?
Well, I was until you said that.
The following contest is a women's division match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from San Jose, California, Bayley.
Jam-packed here tonight at The Rock, the Prudential Center in Newark for Backlash. Over 14,000 WWE fans expected as Bayley gets set for action here on the Backlash kickoff show. And tonight, WWE Backlash is presented by Hulu. Enjoy live TV in the largest streaming library. It's all on Hulu. Start your free trial today. and by Mattel's Elite Collection action figures. Make your collection elite. Coach, situation continues between Bayley and her former best friend, Sasha Banks.
And you have to wonder at what point will it finally come to an end. But we're seeing that tonight, much like we've seen the last couple of weeks. Sasha's not out here. She's not out here to support Bayley, so she's going to have to, Corey, go it alone.
Her opponent, accompanied by Riot Squad, Ruby Riott.
Well, we saw on Raw this past Monday, it was Ruby Riott one-on-one with Sasha Banks in the numbers game. Caught up to Sasha, Ruby picking up the victory, and Bayley, she didn't budge. She continued to watch the match back in the locker room area.
Which I found it ironic, as we just saw a few moments ago, Bayley requesting that Sasha Banks accompany her to ringside, because the fact is, when you're dealing with the Riott Squad, one is never enough. The numbers game has proven to be too successful for these three young talents.
And if I could say what Bayley's face looks like right now, that look to me says, I know what I'm getting myself into, and I don't like it.
Well, what an impact the Riott Squad has made since arriving on the scene here on Monday Night Raw during the Superstar Shakeup last month.
Very much like the Riott Squad did, the impact they made on Tuesday nights on SmackDown Live. Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Ruby Riott taking the women's division on Tuesdays by storm. Repeating history now on Monday nights.
So Ruby and Bayley kicking things off here on the Backlash kickoff show, and Coach alluded to it earlier tonight. Bayley saying, Sasha, let's let bygones be bygones. Come out here and support me tonight. Sasha said, no way, especially after what you did to me last week.
Well, don't you think at some point for both ladies, whether it's Bayley or Sasha, that they want this relationship either to come back together or let's cut it and let's go it alone?
Nice reversal by Bayley, taking down Ruby Riott. I think somewhere in their minds, Coach, that might be the case, but I also think Bayley has finally built a little bit of backbone, and she's tired of and fed up with Sasha Banks and her antics.
Well, maybe she's listening to you every week.
Well, she should. I'm a smart guy.
Well, I mean, you have a tendency to steer people toward a certain area that I don't think particularly people really want to go otherwise.
We are closing in on 13 minutes to go before the Backlash co-branded pay-per-view event here tonight.
Yo, this is the first time I've been in the shadows of New York City since I came back. And anytime you come to a place like The Rock.
Look at this, Bayley now, shoulders down and a kick out.
We could not have picked a better venue.
And again, pinning combination and a kick out by Riott.
They have the first co-branded paper.
Third one again, and a kick out yet again.
Do they know they're interrupting me?
Bayley doesn't want to hear you speak, Coach. Again, we want to remind everyone you still have time to head over to WWENetwork.com right now to subscribe to the WWE Network, because Backlash is free
pinning
to new
combination.
subscribers. Shoulders down, and again a kick out by Ruby Riott.
Bayley with a very impressive
right hand.
flurry, but my goodness. Make you weak in the knees. Ruby Riott connected.
From the night they debuted, and her in particular, I've been amazed at the progression that Ruby Riott has made.
Yeah, Ruby Riott has really come into her own here on Monday Night Raw. Victory over Sasha last week, a victory over Bayley, another former women's champion, will continue to cement the growth of Ruby Riott. And there is Sasha, Bayley's on again, off again best friend, looking on, much like Bayley did this past Monday on Raw.
Sasha's probably just back there observing, waiting to pick her spots to interfere and cost Bayley the match.
Well, you heard Kurt Angle talk about it just a couple of minutes ago.
Oh.
And the competition, and it's going to be the same. Oh!
Ooh, Bayley.
Bayley got hung up on top.
Landed
Rough
out on
landing,
the apron.
yeah.
It's going to be the same for the women as it is for the men.
Oh!
These situations and spots on these big shows.
Oh, look out.
Few and far between. They've got to take advantage of them when they get them.
And Logan Morgan causing the distraction, allowing Ruby Riott to take control of Bayley as this match continues.
I can make you this solemn promise. At Backlash, I'm going to decimate Roman Reigns.
I have never once seen Samoa Joe make an idle threat. Reigns is walking into the Lion's Den.
Believe that.
Here comes the big dog.
No matter how hard they try, no matter how tough they talk, the big dog is still here.
The history between these two superstars are to sum things up, they don't like each other. superstars with similar journeys around the globe, all leading them to this night.
What has gotten into Shinsuke Nakamura? A double count out here in this championship match and the greatest Royal Rumble.
This thing is so deeply personal. Obviously, AJ Styles just wants to settle the score.
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles is snapped. I'm here for a fight.
Shinsuke Nakamura. The WWE Championship.
And you still have time to head over to WWENetwork.com and subscribe to get Backlash here tonight. Less than 10 minutes to go before the pay-per-view as Bayley tries to fight back against Ruby Riott. You see Morgan and Logan out at ringside, part of the Riott Squad, who have already paid dividends here tonight for Ruby Riott.
Great reversal by Riott.
That's
face
it.
planting Bayley.
And Bayley may be out. And Riott, though, goes right back to work on the arm and an elbow to the back of the neck. A bit surprised she didn't go for the cover there.
So does she want to punish and then win?
A knee strike from Riott. Ruby's making a statement.
Now the cover on Bayley and just barely kicks at it too.
Ruby's not just here to defeat Bayley, she wants to dominate Bayley.
And one of the things that Ruby said is that she doesn't need anyone's admiration or approval. She's a leader. She's not a follower. And because I refuse to conform to anyone else's image of what I think I should be, that is the reason she founded the Riott Squad.
Well, and I think I like that attitude. I think I like the way they're walking in formation. But at the same time, you've got to continue to be successful and victorious if those are the things that you're going to say.
Bayley trying her best to fight out of this submission hold from Ruby, but face first once again.
And Ruby continues to dominate. What is it about Ruby Riott, Corey? Is it her aggressiveness, her confidence?
Both of those things, but it all boils down to what you just said. Ruby Riott is concerned only with herself and her Riott Squad because the Riott Squad helps Ruby attain the goals she sets.
And Corey, we can see the confidence just with the way that she struts around the ring, the way she paces herself. That is not somebody that is over anxious to get the job done.
A cheap shot by Logan. Cover by Ruby Riott and a kick out by Bayley.
The Riott Squad continues to pay dividends week after week after week.
And Sasha looking on, and you got to wonder what she's thinking. Was that a look of concern on the face of the boss? She knows what the Riott Squad is capable
Banks
of.
is simply jealous she wasn't the one that got to punch Bayley in the face.
I hate to agree with you, Corey, but I think at this point, from what we've seen, you might be right.
Well, it's a shame that Bayley and Sasha have not been able to repair their relationship as Riott goes face first off the turnbuckle.
Bayley bought herself a few seconds.
Lands on her feet. Riott slight has it. Oh, my Lord, what a move by Ruby Riott, burying Bayley's face in the turnbuckle. And now the cover, hook of the leg, and a kick out by Bayley.
I can't believe Bayley survived that. What an incredible move by Ruby Riott. Ruby can't get frustrated here. Bayley definitely has heart in spades. No quit in the huggable one. Let's take another look back at this. Notice how Ruby uses her entire lower body to drive Bayley's face into and through the turnbuckle. Very impressive.
But these are the times that you can't sit back like she's doing. You've got to continue to be aggressive.
Yeah, Bayley trying to fight back as Ruby remains in control. Logan and Morgan barking advice at ringside.
You know, when I look at these two right here in front of us, you got to wonder at what point are they going to follow in the footsteps of their esteemed leader.
Nice escape by Bayley. Ruby back to her feet quickly.
Oh, Bayley, though, still a bit disoriented, I believe, from when she went face first into the turnbuckle moments ago.
Bayley certainly on rubber legs right now.
But a right hand buys her some time.
I don't know if this is the best move for Bayley to go high risk right now.
There's the springboard.
Paid off.
Cross body into a lateral press and a kick out of two.
When you're disoriented like that, certainly that's not the brightest move to try to pull off, but she did.
And now Ruby Riott back to her feet. Bayley with a clothesline.
Bayley starting to build momentum. Big belly to back suplex. Ruby is rocked.
Yeah, and more importantly, Bayley is buying herself some time to look to regroup here.
Ruby hanging on for dear life to that top rope.
Oh, Bayley got caught. Oh, and she takes down Logan with a Hurricane Rana.
Logan just got spiked, but I think Bayley needs to focus on Ruby, not the Riot Squad outside.
And again, she's having problems gaining her balance, guys.
She really is, turning a negative into a positive. But at some point, she needs to regain her, not only her self-control, but her body control.
Well, Bayley bought a few more extra moments with the whiplash maneuver. Ruby's in jeopardy right now. Bayley on the top rope.
Bayley heading up top. Elbow straight to the heart.
But can Bayley make the cover?
The cover now on Riot. Kick out two by Ruby.
The impact cost her the win.
That moment of hesitation, you're right, Coach. The impact of dropping the elbow took a little more out of Bayley than I think she intended.
But again, I want to go back to the point of Bayley's been all out of sorts, guys, ever since she went face first into the second turnbuckle.
I completely agree with you. I mean, we've seen Bayley do this, win matches with this over and over, a very well-placed elbow. But just that momentary hesitation cost Bayley the win right there. Oh, wait a minute. Liv Morgan up on the...
Oh, Bayley driven into Morgan. Riot to the face.
Here it comes. Bang!
Riot kick. Cover. And again, the Riot Squad pays dividends. Ruby with a big win.
Here is your winner, Ruby Riot.
Well, once again, it was one too many bodies out here ringside, and it cost Bayley just like it's cost Sasha. At some point, they've got to get on the same page, because the Riot Squad certainly is.
Ruby Riot, the Riot Squad, certainly a force to be reckoned with, blooming on Monday Night Raw.
Man, what a way to get this crowd here fired up here tonight in Newark, New Jersey. Now here's the thing, Backlash, there's only one place you can see that. It's on the WWE Network. Head on over to WWENetwork.com, sign up. Start your 30-day free trial because Backlash is free to all new subscribers. What do we get, guys?
Oh, you get Daniel Bryan making his in-ring return to singles match on pay-per-view tonight. He's overcome so much. I can't wait to see him show Big Cass why they call him the ultimate underdog.
Guys, I cannot wait to see Jeff Hardy go out there and defend that United States Championship versus the Viper, Randy Orton. That's going to be the match of the night.
No. Also, you can't forget about this. The Raw Women's Championship. A WrestleMania rematch between the champion Nia Jax and her former best friend, Alexa Bliss. Oh, plus Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Well, like you just said, we heard about the Raw Women's Championship match. That is to come here tonight on Backlash. Nia Jax defends against Alexa Bliss.
There it is right there. Charlotte's going to have to go out there and take that championship away from Carmella tonight. And it's not going to be easy. Trust me.
Money Mella.
Money Mella. Book, this is the one you're stoked about, Book.
Hey,
that's
Jeff Hardy right there, Randy Orton. That match right there, guys. I brought the United States Championship here, so I got a lot invested in this match tonight.
Absolutely, but it doesn't end there, ladies and gentlemen, because we also have Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe. They've been going back and forth for over a year, guys, and tonight, Samoa Joe thinks he has Roman Reigns' number.
But then we had an incredible dream match at WrestleMania, an awesome one at the Greatest Royal Rumble event that ended in no contest. But tonight, the Phenomenal One will go up against the Artist in a no disqualification match for the WWE Championship.
No disqualification matchup for the WWE title. Who does the stipulation favor?
That means no rules.
No rules.
Shinsuke
Nakamura.
You know what? AJ Styles right now, he's in his mid-30s. He's peaked. He's the best he could possibly get right now. And I think that's going to spell bad news for Shinsuke Nakamura tonight.
Shinsuke Nakamura has become the low blow king. This benefits him. There's only one thing you can do tonight.
But AJ can be ready for him now.
Exactly. AJ knows there's no disqualification. I got to go with AJ.
All right, there's only one place for you to see this, and it is on the WWE Network. Head on over, sign up, start your 30-day free trial because Backlash is absolutely free to all new subscribers, and it is about to go down.
Enjoy yourself.
Two superstars with similar journeys around the globe, all leading them to this night.
Oh, just gotten into Shinsuke Nakamura. A double count out here in this championship match and the Greatest Royal Rumble.
This thing is so deeply personal. Obviously, AJ Styles just wants to settle the score.
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles is snapped. I'm here for a fight.
Shinsuke Nakamura. The WWE Championship. The superstars of